Perfect.
She
Sorry about
said, "Living in Europe problems,
that.
living in Europe
Yes.
problems." And you're in Germany, right?
Yes.
Okay. And what's that been like? We can just jump right into it. Well,
Okay. Yeah.
do you want to tell people who you are in case there's like new fans that like
Sure.
didn't watch when you were in college, which would be crazy, but
Okay, well, I'm Emma Grome. I'm a setter. I played at Kentucky for 4 years, and now I am playing professionally. Sorry about my cat. Um, but yeah, I played professionally in Puerto Rico for my first season, which is like a shorter season. And then now I'm doing my first like 9 month season in Germany with Dresden, DSC Volleyball. So yeah.
that's so exciting. And then I have a quick question because I have a lot of friends that played men's professional in Puerto Rico. Don't you have to have like an in? Like it's not like an official tryout for the Puerto Rican leagues. Like they don't come and like usually offer you, or is it different for women's side? Men's side, that's how I was told it works, is that you kind of have to like know somebody.
I don't know. But yeah,
You said
uh,
my agent did it. It's fine.
I have no idea, honestly, but maybe. I mean,
Maybe. I was like, maybe Adana helped. I don't know.
yeah, that was for sure like a nice connection. I don't know if that was
Yeah.
the only
Was it nice to like
words.
be together again? Because you only had the one season together, and I'm glad she had a good one because I
Oh
liked her a
yeah,
lot,
it
even
was
I
so
know
fun
this was.
playing with her at Kentucky and then to get to play with her again in Puerto Rico. It was like full circle moment and I love her so
Yeah.
much. So we actually like kept in touch a little bit like after she left Kentucky. So it's just cool that we got to play
Oh,
together again. So yeah.
love that. So then what made you jump to Germany and like maybe are you gonna want to like stick there for a little bit or gonna maybe move leagues or do you even know? I don't know really what it's like, honestly.
Yeah, I haven't made any decisions like for next year or anything yet, so I'm not
Okay.
sure yet, but it's been really cool being over here for sure. I think, I don't know, like when I was growing up, obviously there weren't opportunities in the US.
Mhm.
So like if you wanted to play professionally, it was overseas. So I always like had that mindset going into it. And then as it gets closer to that point, you start to get nervous. Like I was scared, like at the thought of picking up my life and moving to across the world was really scary,
Mhm.
especially for me. I had been to what? I'd been to Japan with Kentucky, and then I went to Costa Rica for like a vacation, and those are just vastly different from
Yeah.
Germany, so I had never been anywhere like this. Um, but then, I just kind of went all in. I took a leap of faith. I came over here, and so far it's been like a really cool opportunity, really cool experience, and I'm glad that I did it.
Yeah, and I've been seeing posts. I wish it was a little easier to like the time change and like where they stream stuff. Even though I just found out recently a lot of the pro leagues there are on Volleyball World, which I already paid for. So
Oh, really? I did.
I don't know specifically which ones are and aren't, so I have to look into it. But I've seen the posts and like your stats look really good. No shock there at all. But um, was it like different when you got there? Did you have to like kind of earn the starting spot, or were you kind of like thrown right in with the offense? I mean, you have me and Asia were literally talking about it when I had her on about how like when it comes to technical setting, there is literally like you are the Bible. Like
Oh,
your technique is like actually literally flawless. If you open up a textbook on setting, it is like exactly how you said. It's crazy.
thank you so much. Yeah, no, it's different for sure. Like you for sure have to fight for your spot, like keep your spot, but I would say like at least most places in Europe you sign as like the starting setter. So I knew coming into this that that was my role. And now obviously you have to play well and like they use double subs and stuff over here and people will get taken
Mhm.
out in games and it just depends on like how the game's going or what strategy you want to use, but yeah, so it's a little bit different, but it's been cool.
Okay, cool. Do you want to talk about your time at Kentucky? Because I was just like, when I was talking with Eva yesterday, we were talking about a few different things and Kennedy and how she had a bunch of different setters. And I was like, she's had a lot of different hitters at Kentucky. Like Allie Stumler, Maddie Skinner, Reagan Rutherford. You had Megan Wilson, Adana. I mean, you had literally so many different
Yeah.
offenses to run.
No, for sure. I think that's like crazy looking back. I don't always realize that, but like yeah, like I don't even think we had like the same outside hitters for more than 1 year, Like there were
Yeah.
so many different people with like transfers and graduating and all of that. So yeah, it was really fun. I mean, I got to play with so many different people and great athletes and yeah, we ran a bunch of different offenses, which could be challenging at times, and was definitely like new for me. But yeah, I think it was really fun to do that stuff. And like we ran so many different routes with the middles and just so many crazy things like that,
Yeah.
that it was super fun to be like creative as a setter and run those different things. And I think like ultimately I feel more prepared now going into my
Mhm.
professional career because you never know what offense you're going to be a part of or what team you're going to be on. So I think just having been able to play with so many players and run so many different things, I feel a little bit more prepared for whatever my career throws at me now.
Yeah, love that. What was it? This is always going to be way throwback, but like stepping into the shoes of like Madison, like you had
Oh,
to like,
for sure.
that's some huge shoes. And like, I feel like you did a really good job, obviously. I mean, you passed her in the assist, like, a total assist category. So obviously you did a great job, but what was it like maybe your freshman, sophomore year being like, okay, she won a national championship. She's an amazing setter. Like, what is that? Because it's like, not a lot of people talk about how like that's daunting to step into as a
Oh, for
freshman.
sure. And yeah, thinking back to like my freshman year when we came in the summer, like think about it, they had just won the Natty like a month and a half before that. And so like they're still celebrating that, which is so awesome to be a part of. But then you come in and you're like, oh, like I wasn't, I'm here doing all this stuff, like I'm a part of the celebrations, but like I didn't, I wasn't a part
Yeah.
of it. And so obviously they had an insane, well-loved senior class that left, and my class was coming in to fill those shoes, and that's a lot of pressure and a lot of comparison happens with that. And I think
Yeah.
it can definitely be stressful as a freshman to step into that. But I think ultimately we all handled it well, and like
Yeah.
then we were able to go on and continue the legacy that they had built. Like we got four more SEC championships, and unfortunately we didn't get another natty. That would have been perfect, but we did continue getting further and further in the tournament each year. So yeah, I think it was definitely challenging for sure, but I think we, handled it well and ended up having a good 4 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree with you. And Eva and I were talking about it yesterday. How like only one team can win. So it's like the expectation of like you came in to fill those shoes and like you obviously anybody wants to win. It's like, but it's just icing on the cake. How like as you keep going further and further in the tournament, it's like it's not expected to win. Like you want to win, but only one team wins. So like
Right. It's really
you
hard.
can't just like yeah, and like especially I feel like your class and then the years after the classes have just gotten so good and so competitive that like schools are just getting better and better. Like I mean, look at like mid-major programs coming out of like Cal Poly making the Sweet
That was
16. Am I
insane.
crazy? You
Wow.
know what I mean? So
No,
it's like the challenge is getting better and better. It's just good for volleyball. So um you know, can't win them all, obviously, but four SEC titles and going further and further in the tournament is amazing. Um, do you want to? I know I asked this to like everybody, but talk about the jump from college to pro and how it's like it goes from like you love volleyball to like you still love volleyball, but it's like your job and
for sure.
like the time management changes where you have like a very structured schedule, and then now you probably have like a lot more free time than you used to have.
I think it depends a little bit where you play too. Like
Hmm.
when I was in Puerto Rico, there was so much free time. Like the schedule was so different. We would practice at like 8 p.m. at night. It was like really late. And then we would work out a couple of days a week in the morning. But like there's tons of free time there. And that was like I had never had free time. So I did not know what to do with myself. It was an experience, but it was so fun. And then now I'm in Germany, and it feels a little bit more like college to me. Like our typical schedule is we have like two practices a day, and usually like the first practice will be like weights and ball. And then the second practice is more like 6-on-6 and stuff like that. And then yeah, we have multiple games a week, but so like I have for sure still more free time than college, but definitely less here. But yeah, no, I think college prepares you well for it. It's for sure a big jump.
Hmm.
Like it's your job, it's not just you're a
Yeah.
student athlete now. It's like literally your whole time is that,
Hmm.
especially being in another country. But yeah, no, I think it's been really cool. And I think, yeah, you just get prepared for that in college, I feel.
Cool. What's it? Has there been a big difference for you, like going from living in the US to living in Europe? Or I don't know. I've never been to Europe,
Yeah,
so I don't
no,
know what
I
it's
I
like.
definitely
So
think
is that like
so.
different?
I mean, I think now it just feels normal since I've been here so long, but at the
Hmm.
beginning, for sure, there was a lot of differences. Just These might sound silly, but like grocery stores here are closed on Sundays, and that's usually our off day a lot of the times. So that's kind of unfortunate.
Oh.
And oh my gosh, the biggest thing here was I had to learn how to drive a stick shift car. Oh, it was so scary. Because like I ended up getting a lesson at home before I got here, but it was like a 3 hour
Mhm.
lesson, cost like $300, and we could only stay in the parking lot. Like legally, we weren't supposed to go like on a real road. So like I did that,
Oh.
and then I had a couple weeks, and then I got here, and I was like, oh my gosh, now I have to. I got off the plane. We went to the office to like do paperwork and stuff, and then I had to
Mhm.
drive the car home. I was like, oh my gosh, God,
That's
I've never
so
actually been on the
scary.
road. So it was so scary, but yeah, so just different things like that. It's for sure different, but it's not like crazy different. You know, it's still life. You figure it
Mhm.
out.
Right. Roll with the punches. Um, Now obviously like at Kentucky you all had a pretty, close team and like you have like made a lot of your friends in college, obviously, like everyone says that. Is that how it is in pro? Some people say, I've heard both in pro where like, yeah, you meet some people or no, it really is like your job. Like what's the dynamic like there?
Yeah, I think that also just probably varies year to year depending on the team you
Mm-hmm.
have. But like for right now in Germany, like I feel like I got really lucky with this team. We're a super young team. Like the oldest on the team is 24 and the youngest
Oh
is like
wow.
18 or 19. So we're all pretty young, but we're all around the same age. And like the girls are so sweet and we're very welcoming. And we actually have like a lot of foreigners, not, we only have like 4 or 5 Germans, and then the rest are from a bunch of different countries. So we've kind of got a little melting pot of different people on the team, but we all
Mm-hmm.
get along super well. And like we hang out outside, just kind of like in college and stuff. Like even this week, our off day, we have an off day on Thursday and we're all going to get brunch. So yeah, no,
Oh,
it's been awesome, and these girls are really sweet, and I definitely feel like even though I'm in another country, like I've made some friends that like I hope to keep in touch with after this.
yeah. And is there like a little bit of a language barrier or do like they all speak English or like are you like learning, a different language?
I definitely think I also got lucky with that this year because the team I'm on, like I said, there's people from all over, so then
Hmm.
English ends up being like the main language, just
Okay,
because
yeah.
that's like the most common between all of the countries. But yeah, so like our practices are coached in English and everything's coached in English, which isn't always the case. Like in Puerto Rico,
Yeah.
everything was coached in Spanish. So and like people would translate for me in practice, but that's different. So now I've had a little bit of both. And I know that definitely depends on the team or the country.
Hmm. And is the coaching any different? Like, is it more intense? Is it less? I mean, I know like coaching in the US is tends to be a little bit more positive.
For
So
sure.
I don't know if that's been a change or not. Or and maybe in Puerto Rico it was more intense. I don't know. But
I
if you want to go into
definitely
both.
would say maybe a little bit more intense, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, there was also times in college where it was intense too, but I think maybe a little bit more intense over here, but it's like nothing that we can't handle, you know? And
Yeah.
honestly, most of the times if your coach is yelling at you over here, it's probably valid.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. Yeah.
um I just had another question. Okay, so obviously this is going really well and like you're gonna keep getting better and better. Do you hope to one day be in the USA gym, like a senior national team? Is that a goal of yours?
I mean, that would be such an honor if I was a part of that
Yeah.
gym. Like that's something that I've been interested in since I was younger. I did all the USA stuff growing up. I did
Hmm.
like collegiate national team and stuff, but you know, if it happens one day, I would love it. But I've also know like it's not like I've been on like the top teams, you know, that go travel and stuff. So they have some setters that they really like in my age group, and maybe one day I'll join the group, but I'm just gonna keep playing my
Hey,
game.
yeah, keep playing your game because I will say like there's sometimes they'll pull someone and I'm like, where did that person come from? Like where did that come from?
That's
And it's like somebody that wasn't ever in USA growing like, so just keep doing your thing. And setting is just such a competitive role. And obviously there's
for
only
sure.
one, compared
Right.
to other
I think that
positions.
that is the hard part about this position. Even in like professional volleyball, you don't, there's only two, you only need two on a team, and most of the time, like one of them will be from that country and stuff. So there's not as many
Yeah.
opportunities, but
Does Germany have a rule like I think it's Italy where you can only have so many non-Italians on the court?
no,
Or is that not a thing? Okay.
no, they
Okay.
don't have any rules like that. But I know there are a lot of countries that do that, or some be like, you can only have so many on the team. Sometimes it's only that
Hmm.
many on the court. But yeah, no, we don't have to worry about that
Yeah.
here.
Okay, cool. I was saying I knew that with Avery Skinner and like Sarah Franklin playing on Scandici, a lot of like me too. I was like, I don't think she'll that Sarah would even get a lot of playing time because they had like I think they had a Turkish middle and a they had Brenda Castillo libero, so obviously she's not Italian, and then they had Avery as the three non-Italians. So I was like, but you know, she's getting a lot of playing time. Um, do you still keep up with college, or is that like you're like, no, I'm here to play.
No,
This is my
I try
thing.
to. I try to, but like it is hard just with the time difference and stuff. Like most of the games
Mhm.
that if I wanted to watch a game, it was probably happening at 2 a.m. my time. So
Oh
like I
wow.
would, I'll see the posts on Instagram, I'll see some highlights, but
Hmm.
it's kind of hard because I can't really keep up like in the moment. But
Hmm.
I try.
I know. I wish Kentucky would post more highlights on their Twitter when I can't watch the game. I'm like,
Yeah.
post more. I feel like sometimes they're really good about like posting a lot of clips throughout the game, and then sometimes it's like one. And I'm like, come on. I know. Do you get to hang out with anybody from college now or no? Like I know, isn't Megan kind of close? And I know I've at least it seems like you all were kind of like close when you all were at Kentucky.
Megan like was close, but then that was like one of the I don't know, like the team fell through. Like that was yeah, so now she's in
Oh.
France. So no, it's kind of hard. Like when you're over here, you don't have like a ton of time to travel. Like I wish
Hmm.
I could travel more, but it's just not the way the schedule works. But like also
Yeah.
Delaney is she's in Germany, like I think
Oh.
maybe like 4 or 5 hours away from me. It's so unfortunate because she was just here for like a game, like in the same area while I was away. So it was
Ah,
unfortunate.
that sucks.
But yeah, no, I definitely will try to see people whenever I can. But it's
Yeah.
they're hard.
Yeah. So you're there for 9 months. Do you ever like, well, I guess this is your first year there. So are you planning on staying a little bit after to travel some, or are you thinking you're going to come back home?
I would love to, but I think it just depends on like the schedule and stuff because like they
Yeah.
already kind of have like a flight booked for everybody going home. Like they do that at the
Okay.
beginning just so like they have it. So I think it just depends on like how far we go or like if we need to stay after. We do a lot of sponsor events over
Mm.
here. Like we did at the beginning of the season and I know we have them at the end too. Where we just have to like show up and thank our sponsors and all of that. But so I know we have to do some of that at the end. So I don't know. I have no idea what the end is going to look like, but if I have a chance to travel, I will.
I know. I feel like you would thrive. You would thrive traveling.
I know. Well, it's so exciting being over here too. Like I've never been to Europe, so I want to go everywhere I can.
That's what I'm saying. Like I just want to go. Like I'm like I just want to go to Europe just to
I
travel.
know. Well, and what's cool about where I'm at right now is we're in Champions League, which,
Hmm.
you always want to be in Champions League, but like the fact that I get to do that my first long season
Yeah.
and it's just insane to me. Like I got really lucky with that opportunity, but we've gotten to go to like Italy and Turkey and sometimes we get to do like if we have some time to like walk to a coffee shop, we can do that, but if we don't, then it's always sad. I'm like, "Oh, I was here, but I didn't get to see anything."
I know my friend played in this like amateur tournament in Greece, and she said the same thing. She was like, it just felt like I was playing in the US. She's like, I didn't get to do anything. She's like, the schedule sucked. I didn't get to travel. I didn't get to try like any local stuff. And I was like, that would suck. Like I would not go to Greece to play if I didn't get to actually like see the country, you know?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Um, but let me see. I'm trying to think of any other differences between the two. Or anything you want to talk about, you can. I guess we can talk about housing. Do they? I know everybody's different. Every league's different. Every team's different. Do they like have housing for you? Do they just give you a stipend, or
Yeah,
and like you kind of
they
figure it out?
did all of the housing. And like here, I get my own apartment. I think everybody on our team pretty much has their own apartment, which isn't always the case either. So it's very dependent on not just like the country, but also other teams. Like I know there's probably other teams in Germany that like have people in
Mhm.
houses or like two in an apartment. But so I think all of I guess that's like really the hard part about this too is you have to kind of know the more you play, you figure out what's more important to you. Like
Mhm.
for some people, it might be really important to live with roommates because you're like you want to be around other people. Some people would prefer to live alone. So there's just certain things that like the more you play, you can kind of figure out what's important to
Mhm.
you and like outside of volleyball too. But yeah, it's pretty much different everywhere.
Okay. And I saw you have your cat with you. Was that like a whole process to bring your cat with you?
Kind of. I mean, I had to have like paperwork and stuff and I had to do some vet visits before, but it honestly wasn't too bad. The most stressful part was the traveling.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it ended up working out and I'm so glad that I have him here. And yeah, so that was another thing for me is I was like, please, can I bring my cat?
Oh, that's so sweet. I love animals. I know my dog has been very cuddly lately. Usually he like does his own thing and like he has been like knocking my iPad the whole
Oh
time
my
we've been doing this.
gosh.
I know he's like, I need attention. And I'm like, no,
Yes,
you'll
they
be
always
fine.
need attention.
I know, but so do I, so it's fine.
Fair. It's fair.
You know? Mm. Now I guess what I could ask is, are you wanting to stay in Europe, or would, if the opportunity arose for you to come back to the States and play, would you take it, or is it really just like, whatever opportunity comes your way, you're just gonna like entertain? But is it always in the maybe in the back of your mind that you'd like to come back to the US to play?
I mean, for sure, I would love to play in the US. And I think it's so great that we have those opportunities and the leagues are just continuing to grow and grow, which has been so fun to watch.
Hmm.
But also, like, now that I've been overseas, I'm confident that I could do it again. So I feel like I'm pretty
Hmm.
open to everything. And I think it depends more for me on, like, what's going to be the most competitive environment where I can see myself
Hmm.
getting better.
Right.
So I feel like pretty open.
I was gonna say, yeah, I've talked to a few people about how I love the opportunity and I want the USA leagues to grow, but for now it's like you're still gonna get better touches and better, you're going to get better by going overseas. But at the same time, not everybody can go or the leagues don't get better. So it's like the double-edged sword of wanting to grow the USA, but like if you want to get better and like, you want to be Team USA, it's like they really do, like you look at all the outsides that are going to be on the VNL again, like they're all overseas.
Mm,
So it's like you look at the players that are trying to compete for the USA gym, they are overseas right now. There's obviously some of the veterans that aren't, which is fine. They've had their experience, they can come back and help grow the leagues. But like the Avery Skinner, Catherine Plummer, Sarah Franklin, they're all in Europe.
That's true. It's true. Yeah, I mean, it's for sure. I think both are great. And
Hmm.
I think, yeah, it just depends on what you want. And like for me, I think now that I've done this and like I'm open to both, it's just going to be like year by year, what do I think is going to be the best opportunity and the best fit for me?
Yeah. And I think especially as a setter, like you get to learn different systems,
Yeah.
different blocking sequences, different routes, and different, I don't know, just different systems. So you get to learn a lot by not just being in the US. I think outsides also benefit a lot. Um, I don't know, maybe even opposites, because in the USA leagues, they still don't run like a dominant right side system. Whereas like in Europe, especially, it's like a very
Been like a big change, I think, is just like how dominant it's like with it is with the right sides over here. Like our right side
hmm
is like one of our best players. Like she's running all the routes in the back row and stuff. And I feel like in
hmm
at least my experience, like in college, we were more like outside heavy. Um,
very, yeah.
but yeah, I think that's also been for sure cool, is just learning the different systems and like being able to like think differently than what I was used to.
Hmm. You've always had really good like eye work in college. Like I always tell people, like as a coach, that when I coach setters, like if you can't see the block, then like we really have to work on it, because you can't, especially because I like to run a fast offense too when I coach. It's like you have to be able to pull the block, because if you're running an offense that's fast, you can't set into a double block.
For
It's just
sure.
trapping hitters. So is that something that I know in Europe they usually run kind of a slower offense? So has that been a big adjustment for you too? Because like you can run such a quick tempo. Obviously the middles are always going to be quick, so it's like that's
Right.
not really it. But like the right sides, most opposites I've seen in professional like European ball, they just want a high ball. They don't want anything fast.
Yeah, honestly, I think here, like we started a little bit slower, but we've honestly gotten pretty fast. Like we just switched it up a
Yeah.
little bit. So I feel like I'm running kind of, still a fast offense. But
Hmm.
it's for sure, I've noticed that though with other teams that it is definitely a higher ball, but they also just go up there and have this insane reach and like can hit over blocks. And it's like, well, now,
Yeah.
now how do we defend that, you know? But
Right.
for
Right.
sure. But no, yeah, we've run it pretty fast and it's been cool to like do an offense like that and then play against like these Italian teams or Turkey teams where like they're huge and they're some of the best players in the world, and
Yeah.
having to set against those blocks. And so it's yeah, it's been super fun and a challenge.
Yeah, I feel like you probably are like so. This is what I think when I'm setting is like I love to be mentally stimulated when I set. So it's like if I can like pull a good block, I'm like, yes,
Oh
I
my gosh, yeah,
succeeded.
no, it's very rewarding.
Yeah. Now, who has been, I guess I forgot that you already talked about the Champions League, but who has been like the craziest players, like in a good way, to play against? Like, have you played against like Vargas or Karakurt or the Igonu? Have you played against any of them yet, or will you?
No, no. I
I
mean,
don't know what league they're
so in
in.
Champions League, like we're in a pool of four teams.
Okay.
And like for now, like, we have one more. So you have like two rounds. You play everybody home once and away once.
Okay.
And then by points, like the top two move on and keep going in Champions League. And maybe I think it's a couple third place teams do.
Hmm.
But the rest, like the rest of the third place teams drop down to CEV Cup, which is like the next level
Okay.
down. But like we drop into that, and that's probably the spot that we're gonna end up in. We have one more Champions League game tomorrow, actually. But we're like, there's no way we can be second in our pool now. Like just the way the points are, we're for sure third.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, so no, we've just played the same couple teams,
Okay.
but like the
But are they in the cup? Sorry, I don't follow enough. I know I need to. I don't follow it enough. So like, are they there? Just a different pool?
yeah. So like we have
Okay.
like a Moco volley, you know, Congliano,
Oh, okay. Okay.
Italy. That was like the number one team in our pool. And then we have the Turkey team, Zarin Sport, and then we have a team from Poland. So tomorrow we're playing the Turkey team. But yeah, like so we got to play Congliano, which is like, and those are like some insane
Yeah.
players. Like that's probably like so cool, you know, just to play against athletes like that. And they're literally massive. Like the block is
Huge.
huge. Like
They are huge.
it is crazy, but just like me standing there looking across the net and those are the people that I see, it's crazy. But so
Yeah,
cool.
I was like so cool and like so deserving. Like you work your butt off to get there, and it's like it's got to be rewarding to be like I'm playing with like the best of the best, and I've worked so
For
hard to get
sure.
here.
For sure. And just like even just like playing defense and like blocking against that, I feel like it just helps like you grow so much because like when are you gonna be in those situations again, you know?
Hmm. And get those touches right.
Right?
So I guess that leads me into a question of what was the biggest skill jump for you going to pro? Like, what have you gotten the best at, and like, or what has improved for you? Like, what do you think has improved the most? Like, do you jump higher? Do you block better? Do you set a little bit tighter? Like, I don't know.
Ooh, yeah, that's tough. I don't know. I feel like I've gotten like a little bit better in all areas, but I guess maybe I would say like defense and blocking just because like I'm of like who I'm playing against and stuff and the situations that I'm in. Um, but yeah, I would say that because also I feel like for a while, like at Kentucky, like my last couple years, just like the way that we ran defense, I feel like I was mostly like getting tips like on the line and stuff. And for
Mm,
sure, like we
hmm.
have two different systems here. Like there's sometimes where I'm doing that here, but I also feel like I'm digging more like, you know, deep on the line like than
Hmm.
I had in a while. So I think maybe that and just like playing against some like they hit so hard over here. Like not to stop it.
They
Not to
do.
sound dumb, but like seriously, like the ball like it's crazy. Like the balls are coming at you a lot faster. The angles are
Mhm.
crazier. Like there's like right sides painting the 5 foot line, like cross court.
Yeah,
Shoot, like now I have to dig that as like the front row, you know,
yeah.
the front row defender. So it's crazy. But and then
I
like
know. I
we have a ball machine here that we got this year, like the club got, and like sometimes like our coach will crank it up to like 90 miles per hour or something crazy. And it's just like, oh,
you're like, oh, you want to kill me? You want to kill
yeah,
me?
yeah. It's like then when you get a dig, you're like, yes, bring it.
Yeah, bring it. Yeah, I was gonna say. I feel like people think there's a bigger jump, and this might sound crazy to say, so people are probably gonna clip me for this, and it's fine. Um, but I feel like people think that like men hit so much harder than women, and there are some women that
Women hit
hit the
hard.
snot out of
Women
the
hit
ball.
hard. No, they do.
Like, I mean, this is an old school player, but like Tandara, she was averaging what the men hit. Like in Brazil, she used to average like 70 miles an hour. Like,
Yeah, That's
That's crazy.
that's
That's crazy. And like Egonu and Vargas and Karakurt, like those are just like the big names. Boscovich, they all hit the snot out of the ball. Like I'm terrified. I would be terrified to defend against them.
yeah. But it's so cool at the same time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be a good scare. I'd be like, yeah, hit it at me. I want to try.
No, for sure.
But that's yeah. Oh my god, I'm terrified of the ball machines. They used to make me do serve receive with that in college, and they would crank that shit up.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Um, Now, was it different switching balls? Because like,
Yeah.
do you all play with the orange international ball, like the yellow international ball,
Yeah, like
or do you play with the molten?
the yellow and blue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say I played with that some, and I think it's actually easier to set it, but it
Oh,
flies.
no, yeah.
Like
I love
it's
setting it more, to be honest.
I say that all the time. Like obviously, like in pickup you can do whatever you want, but like usually when I'm setting, I think it's so much easier to set that ball. But it flies. Like it definitely has a different touch.
It feels like it's definitely like a little bit grippier. So I feel like
Yeah,
it's easier to set in that sense. But yeah, it definitely flies. I think for sure the biggest difference is like serving and passing, but like I don't pass. So for me it's serving.
yeah,
'Cause like they definitely if you hit it wrong, like it really floats, but also like if you have a little bit of a spin, like the people that have spin serves, I feel like it works the best with those balls for sure.
yeah. It just moves, and if you miss hit it, like that thing will fly 55 feet out of bounds.
Yeah. Or it'll rip
I
into the net.
Yeah, I like it was such an adjustment when we started playing with that here. I was like, why are we playing with this ball? Like I like setting it, like I love setting it, but it's like even different to hit because the timing of the ball is different than like the men's, molten spiral ball is like it's a heavier ball, the men's ball. So going to that where it's like a lighter ball, I'm like, oh my God, this ball is so weird compared to the men's ball.
No, for sure. And just weird, like, yeah, compared to what we played with in NCAA, there's definitely like a
Hmm.
huge, I feel like there's a huge difference, but I've actually really
Yeah.
grown to like the one that we play with here. So
Hmm.
now I would say it's my favorite.
I would say, yeah, like obviously I coach girls and I literally can't stand the pro touch. Like I hate the women's balls so much. I'm like, that ball, you touch it slightly wrong and you can't do anything with it. Like I just no, I hate that ball. I like the international ball now that I've played with it enough, but
No.
no, the women's ball is like my least favorite. Women's college ball is my least favorite ball to set.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Um, let's see. Any other differences? Um, I'm trying to think of any differences between college and pro that we haven't talked about. Anything you want to talk about that's not something I asked so far?
Hmm. I don't know. I guess just one thing that's maybe like I don't think not like different, but just something that I noticed when I came over here is the fans. Like they like
Oh
live
yeah.
and breathe volleyball over here and like the fans in Dresden are so amazing and like super supportive whether you win or lose. And like they
Oh, love
literally we
that.
have a group that travels with us to all of our games and they bring drums and they bring flags and it's just crazy like they even made the trip to Italy. So it's just crazy how
Yeah.
much they like love volleyball over here and it's so awesome to be a part of and like our gyms are packed every game and it's just such a cool environment. And like we played Poland for the Champions League. They just came to us over the weekend and they brought like 150 Polish men with them, like it's crazy. They had a whole section and they
Oh,
were
I
like
love
throwing
that.
confetti and stuff. So I think it's just crazy like I don't know how awesome the environment over here is.
Hmm.
And I think like there's also the awesome environment in the US and stuff too. Don't get me wrong. Like the sport is great
Right.
and you're getting so many people coming to these games and so many fans. Oh, there goes my light. The lighting in here is not very good.
It's okay. I can try to play with it.
But yeah. So yeah, that was just really cool. I don't know. Because I
Yeah,
didn't
I
know
would
what to
say.
expect coming into this, like coming
Mhm.
here, I didn't know what it was going to be like. So it was just really awesome to step into that kind of environment.
Yeah, that's actually such a good point because I was talking to Kennedy Martin about how, and this is no tea, no shade, because y'all know that I love Kentucky. I went there. I love Kentucky. I'll stand Kentucky. But I feel like it's hard to play at Kentucky because I feel like nobody comes. Like the students come and like I remember sitting courtside every game in the student section and being like, why on earth is this stadium dead? Like it's like I mean, it's better now. It is definitely better now than when I was there in 20, I'm not going to age myself, back in the day. back in the day. I think I was there for 1 year when you were there. Um, and I was like, "Why are there not more people?" Like, it's so frustrating, and it's quiet. Like, people cheer some, but I feel like that's it definitely got better when you were there, but when I was there with, like, Madison and Leah and all them, like, the
Yeah,
stadium was never that
I
packed.
can attest to those days, but I think for sure, like, I remember my last year, like, when we got to go into the new memorial and stuff, like, I don't know, there was, like, good vibes. I think, obviously, some games are gonna be way more packed than others,
Agreed.
and it also depends on, like, if it's the weekend, if it's a weekday. If it's a weekday, it's hard, you know?
Mhm.
But no, there was some really good crowds. I think the hardest was when we were in rep, though, just because of the size of it, you know,
It's huge, yeah.
it felt a lot more empty, but that was still cool to play there, though.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think by the time, because I feel like before you all, like, before the national championship, nobody was like, "Oh, Kentucky's not a volleyball school." And then Kentucky wins the national championship, and then you all come in and you all kinda keep the, like, reputation of good Kentucky volleyball going kinda thing, and it's like now people are like, "Oh, we are a volleyball school." And I think that's what probably, like, definitely drives more people to the games now, but definitely you all helped keep that. We won, and, like, you could look at, like, a school like San Diego when they had a really deep run, and then they just kinda fell off again, which no tea, no shade, but they kinda fell off again. It's like, that's hard to, like, keep fans engaged when, like, you have one really good year and then you fall off, and it's like, we won a national championship, and then we got a whole new class and just got better, 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 better. So I
That's
think
fair,
you all definitely helped get that reputation going, and 4 SEC titles definitely helps.
for sure.
Let me think. I don't know if I have anything. I just like was like, you're the one I wanted to ask all the pro questions for because I knew that you would. Yours like I can tell you're like so detailed. So I was like, she's gonna give me the best answers for these questions. Um,
You have anything else? I don't know, anything else you want to know about overseas or Kentucky? Any
do you ever get homesick? I feel like you love it there, so maybe you don't, but I'm sure that there's
No,
always a
I
little bit.
definitely do. I mean, I also think like, you know, I love the city that I'm in and stuff. And like I said, like I got really lucky, I feel, with this group of girls and stuff.
Hmm.
But no, I for sure miss home. It's crazy to think that I've been here for 6 months.
Oh my
But I
gosh,
do,
that is a while.
right? Oh, it's crazy. It like feels like I've been here forever, but it also feels like it's gone quicker than I thought at the same time.
Hmm.
But no, it's definitely hard. And I think just with the time difference too, like when I want to talk to people, nobody's awake, or like the
Oh
time,
yeah.
you know, like because usually when I'm going to practice, my second practice is when people I feel like start to really like get moving during the day. So that can be hard
Hmm.
sometimes. But my parents came in around Christmas. So that was really fun.
Oh,
And we got a couple days off too for Christmas, so that all worked out perfect.
okay, sweet. I was gonna say, I guess you probably aren't allowed to leave at all, but
No, I mean, we are. Like, if we have time off, like, I know a lot of people have had the opportunity to go home if they're closer, but just with the travel, I mean, it's like
it's too long. Yeah,
almost like a 24-hour travel day just one way with like
yeah,
and stuff. So I think it would just be way too hard.
yeah. But it works out that your parents could come. And do you have any siblings? I don't know. Are you an
I
only
have an
child?
older sister. She is
Okay.
like 9.5 years older than me. Um,
Okay. So
she,
you're kind of in my
yeah, she couldn't come for Christmas, unfortunately, but maybe, who knows? Maybe she'll get to come in
yeah.
the spring or something.
Yeah. That's a big age gap. That's what me. I have a brother that's 13 years older than me.
Yeah.
Um, but at least your parents got to come. That's super sweet. They got to come and make the trip and watch. Did they get to watch a game or were they just there to like hang out for
Yeah,
Christmas?
they actually got to see two home games, so that worked
Oh,
out
love.
great. And they got to go to the German Christmas markets with me,
Oh, love.
like the big thing over here.
Yeah. Now, if you had your choice, and let's say obviously maybe you can say no, you can say you don't want to answer. If you had your choice of a different country to play in, like would you like what's like a dream country like just to experience the life there, not necessarily take volleyball out of it. Like we'll take volleyball out of it for the
Thank
sake of like not addressing volleyball. Just like living in a different country that's not Germany. Like what other European country or any country would you like to play in just to like experience the culture?
I mean, I would play anywhere. I mean, France would be really cool. I've always wanted to, like, I took French in high school.
Hmm.
So that was just like a random thing I decided to take. I wish I would have taken Spanish. So I actually like, because we took Spanish in grade school, and I wish I had continued so maybe I could speak some.
Hmm.
But
Right.
no, so that'd be cool. I mean, Italy would be awesome. I mean, I that's like on my list to travel to, you know. Everybody wants
Hmm.
to go to Italy. That would be cool.
Of course.
There's so many. I mean, I would play anywhere. It's just cool.
And yeah, I feel like for the way you set, I feel like you would thrive in the Japanese pro league. Just like the way they run such a fast tempo. Like I feel like you would just like fit right in with like their style of setting.
Yeah, that would be cool. I mean, I loved when we went to Japan. Like, there was like,
Hmm.
it was tough going on that trip and playing volleyball. Like, it would have been
Yeah.
like cooler as a vacation for sure. But like, it was cool. But I feel like they're just, if they were gonna get foreigners, I feel like it's usually hitters. So I don't know if they would like,
No, definitely, definitely. I feel like they definitely get hitters. Like you look at, I think Steph still plays there, Steph Samity, and then I think a couple others. But I mean, you look at anyone that goes there, they get so good at ball control. Like they are such a good ball control country. I just
yeah.
think they should send all of our outsides there. Like all of our outsides need to go play a season in Japan and learn how to pass a ball better.
Yeah, that was the crazy thing about like playing against those teams when we went on that trip is their ball control is insane. Their defense is insane. Nothing hit the floor. It's
Nothing,
crazy.
because they're small, so they gotta be good in the back row.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, like who was it that played at Minnesota? She played 2 years at JUCO, transferred to Minnesota, Miyabe, and she was an outside. And then now she plays on the national team as a middle because she's the only one that's like tall. And she's first of all, she's thriving. She does so well in the middle, but she's like 6'2". And I remember I think somebody was like, yeah, they pretty much told her like she's never gonna play as an outside, but if she transitions to middle, like they need the height. And she is insane. So good in the middle.
That's great.
But it was just crazy because 6'2" being considered like the tallest is crazy.
That's true. That is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I love to watch. I don't know if you watch much like VNL type style games, but the Japanese team is so fun to watch because they're so small. Their right side's like 5'8".
What?
Yeah. And jumps so high. And hits like she hits so efficiently. Like it's crazy.
That's crazy. Wow.
That's why I want a Johnny in the gym and I will scream it from the rooftops. Like
Oh, she's insane. Oh my
she's
goodness.
insane, dude. Her reach, her vertical, like her power, like
Her
put her in a USA
versatility. I
jersey.
mean, she's been able to hit from literally every position.
Yeah, I remember she was recruited as like a pen, obviously. And then she obviously transitioned to playing middle. But then also, even though she played middle, she was so fast, she would transition on free balls and hit right side.
No, right. That we
Like
did
she would
that.
not hit a slide. And I tell people all the time, people forget about that. I'm like, no,
I
she's
forget
like
about that
so
because then
fast.
like I think of her as a right side sometimes, and I was like, wait, but she was a
Hmm.
middle for us, but she just like hit right side balls sometimes.
Hmm. And I'm like, why wouldn't you do that? Like, and I think what was crazy for her was like, with Madison, especially, I don't remember if you all did this that much. She wouldn't only run a one ball. She would run
Oh,
like they would throw it off like, and they'd run a two ball sometimes just to like keep her over the block.
yeah.
And so I was like, that's a cool thing to do. And actually, this is going to be nerdy of me to notice, but when Texas A&M played Nebraska, I think, or maybe it was the game after,
Okay.
they would have Ifena Casapala run a one, and then sometimes they'd run a two, and then she would be hitting on an open net.
Dang.
And I was like, what a cool like again, I love like the mental stimulation of like thinking about offenses like that. And I was like, when they first ran it, I was like, what the hell? Did she just run a two ball? And then I was like, but the net was wide open. So I was like, that was so sick to see that be done in the game.
No, that is cool.
And I'd never seen her do that before, like run a two, like Ifena. Obviously, I'd seen Taylor run it, but I never seen Ifena run a two. So it was like seeing that in like late stage NCAA was like wild.
That is crazy. Wow. I just remember with Z, like we would run, like we created routes for her because of how
Yeah.
like crazy athletic she was. Like we just like it wasn't like a normal like 31 or something. Like she curled around and like did the approach differently and was able to hit these crazy angles and it was just so fun.
Yeah, because she would hit a 31 coming from like the right side.
Right, like she would do the craziest things, but like she could and it was so
But she was
successful and
so
she could hit all these
she's
crazy
insane.
angles and get above the block and it was just nuts.
Yeah.
What an
I
athlete.
bet I was gonna say I bet she was so fun to set. Um,
For sure.
and then I know Megan was obviously a middle at I believe Oklahoma before coming to Kentucky. Or she played some middle, some right side.
I think she was a pin.
Maybe she
I
was
don't
outside.
remember.
I don't know, but doesn't she plays pro as a middle, doesn't she?
Yeah, it's so
Okay.
crazy. She went from like with us at Kentucky, she was outside and then right side, but also still ran middle routes. And now she's a middle
That's what I was about to say was like she
pro.
was the most efficient middle hitter on the team. She would
She
literally hit
was
like a
in the
thousand.
middle. That's so, yeah, that's so crazy.
I would be like, because even games where she would hit like 200, she'd be like 1,000 out of the middle.
Right. I don't know.
And but I loved her senior year. She really like the last half of that season. She played really, really well.
For sure. Yeah, I was able to do so many different things too. Like
Yeah.
routes.
Um, you all actually had a quite a few different assistant coaches, didn't you?
Yes.
I was to
Yeah.
say when you were at Kentucky, I was just realizing
I had
because
a lot of different hitters and a lot of different coaches.
yeah, I was just realizing I was like because they brought him in Maya maybe your senior year or was it Maya after you left?
Amaya was after, but like it started
Okay.
out as Craig, Carly, and Anders. Like that was who was
Oh,
recruited by.
I forgot you got
And I
Anders.
had
Oh, he's
Anders
such a good.
Carly
I played against him. Like he's
first
so fun.
season.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did he? So he you had him for 1 year or 2 years?
2 years.
Maybe three. Maybe three. I don't know.
No,
I
two
forget that
years.
time.
Because it went
Okay.
Carly, Craig, and Anders, and then it was Craig, Anders, Mayer, and then it was Craig, Mayer, Ben, and Madison. And yes, that's it, I think.
Okay. Honestly, I think that's it. But oh, Ben was a character. Like he brought some weird shit into the offense. Like that's back row slide, that two-hand push. I would watch and I was like, I know this is from Ben because there ain't no guy that's ever coached women that would have brought that into the game.
Yeah, it was a lot for sure. I mean, I feel like he watched like so much volleyball and knows so much about volleyball.
Yeah, yeah,
He'd,
yeah.
like see something and then like would want us to try it. But no, it was definitely a lot sometimes.
Like I was watching I remember the first 8 games of that two-hand push, I would scream at the TV. I would literally scream at the TV, be like, I know that Craig didn't teach that. Like, I know that Craig was not behind that.
Yeah.
And I was like, because it's not working. So, like, it needs to go. And then all of a sudden, it was working.
No, that's true. I think there's like a time and a place for it, just not like all the time. Like, you know,
Yeah.
for sure. But yeah, there was some crazy stuff, but it was fun.
The little.
Oh my gosh, that was insane.
And it
That was so
worked. And
crazy.
it
I know,
worked.
that was so crazy. And they just like whipped that out of nowhere.
I saw that and I was like, I've seen Japanese men do that. I know where he got that from. And
Yeah, that's so crazy. I mean, technically, like, I don't think you're like the thought is not to get a block with it, but like, yeah, like,
yo, agreed. Agreed. I was
the
like,
fact that it worked out that way was crazy.
it was hilarious. I was like, well, that's a viral moment right
For
there.
sure. For sure. Yeah.
Mm. Love it. I love it. Like I said, I agree. Like he brings in so much knowledge and stuff. So I mean
For
he's
sure.
back in Texas now, but I like that he brought in some stuff and even when I was like, this is crazy, it would end up working eventually once you all like figured out how to use it, like you said, a time and a place for all of it.
Right.
Glad that you all nicked the back row slide. That was something that needed to go. But it was cute. It was
Maybe one day
cute.
it'll be like a bigger thing. Who knows?
Like I saw the vision. I saw the vision, but I'm glad it's gone.
Yeah. Some
um
things take some time. Who knows?
It does. Right, right, right. I mean, Brooklyn's huge, so like I can see why he was like, yeah, it'll work. It's smart. She's tall, she jumps high, she hits the snot out of the ball.
Right.
Like
If
I'm sure it'll
anyone could
work.
do it, it would be her for sure.
Right. So athletic. Puts her landing on 2 feet because damn, that girl scares me. She scares me. She needs to stop landing on one so aggressively.
Oh goodness.
But athleticism, it'll carry. It'll carry.
Yes.
Um, I I don't think I have any other questions about pro or anything. If you have anything else you want to add still, definitely the floor is all yours.
Oh, goodness. I don't know. I feel like we kind of
No,
hit everything.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
I really appreciate you coming on. I know I was like, I gotta bring Emma back because I feel like people can't forget about my girl Emma.
thank you.
And so
Thanks for making
I
the
know
most
I
of the
was
time difference and everything. I'm glad we got
oh, of course, I know. Honestly, it helped me out because I was like, I need to wake my ass up. I need to
to
go to the gym early, and I'm gonna be done with
early
the gym,
morning.
and then I will have my whole day. Because I have to like, I'm do this, and I'm doing Mimi after this, and then I had Eva yesterday, and I gotta go edit all of it. And I'm like,
That's
I need my day early.
that's true.
Um,
I'm glad
but no, I appreciate you working with me, and we found a time, and you're killing the game. I've seen your stats. I wish I could actually watch, but you know, stats do tell a big picture of it. So, keep getting better, and I really hope that we'll see you in a USA jersey one day.
that would be awesome. We will see.
Yeah,
We will see.
yeah.
But of course, well, thank you so much. And it was great talking with you.
Yeah, great talking with you. I'll see you later.
All right, bye.